Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Play Stellaris, the Star Wars mod. You've decided for the Empire and I'm goddamn glad about it. Now I want to introduce you to my Empire, or more to be precise, the set or the gameplay style of the Empire. As we all know, there is more than one empire. There is the Sith Empire of the Old Republic, there is the Empire at its height, there is the Empire after the fall of the Emperor Palpatine, or Darth Sidious, or whatever you would call him, and there is the New Order when we go for the new Star Wars series. There are a lot of empires, I want to say, and the empire I want to play, and the empire that is my empire, is the empire of the Palpatine area, with the Star Destroyers, the Stormtroopers, no Jedi, no Sith, well, except for the two on the top. And so that is an empire that is built on efficiency, built not on religious beliefs or on the Force or anything like that, because when you think of it, the Empire, when you watch for the films like The Empire Strikes Back, the Empire is not really believing in anything like the Force or such things. They believe in power, they believe in troops, in ships, in all that kind of stuff. So I've decided for the following. Of course we go for hyperspace travel, because, wait, back, let me show you that. Edit. Why is what? Of course the species name is named after me. Well, we take the names of the Imperium. Well, that is actually more the name of the Star Wars Old Republic Sith Empire, because there are not that many lords or ladies or Darths around, actually. For the traits, why did I go for extremely adaptive? Because think of the movies, think of the feeling. The Empire could be anywhere. It could be on the icy cold of, it could be in the icy cold of Hoth. It could be in the jungles of Idor. It could be in the depths of the oceans of Kalamar. They could be everywhere. The Empire is adaptive. They build bases. Think of Route 1, the volcano world. The Empire can be everywhere. They're extremely adaptive. Is this the best build? Of course not. Well, you could go for an engineering physics society output and take all that, or you can go what I think is very, very good for mining and strong for industrious and strong for acceptance. But if we think of the Empire, are there agrarians? No. Are there in energy credits? No. That's more the trade federation thingy. Are they industrious? No, they let other people who are industrious work for them. Are they intelligent? Well, they build great weapons, but intelligent is not what I would call them. Natural engineers? No, actually the Death Star was not invented by the Empire. It was invented by other people. They just built it. Physicists? No, they're not theoretical people. Biological and sociological studies? No. Rapid breeders? Hell no. They're just normal humans. Slow breeders? Well, no. They're pretty nice looking Imperials, if you ask me, on both sides of the gender. I'm not going with this. There are a million gender thingies. Forget about that. I'm not into this. So, talented? Are they talented? No. They're simple, solid, ground-based mortals. Quick learners? No. And they make the same mistakes over and over again. Slow learners? No, not that slow. Are they strong or very strong? No, Wookiees are strong. Imperials are not strong, they're just humans. Are they weak? No, they know how to throw a punch. Are they communal? Well, not by nature, just by their government. Are they solitary? No, they're humans. Conformists? And no, there are always rebellions all around, and some guys that try to overthrow others to get their rank. But they're not really rebelling all the time. Are they long-living? No. Are they enduring? No. Are they fast-dying? No. And now comes the point about decadence. I was really, really fighting with myself about decadent. Is the Imperium decadent? They use slaves, yes, but not out of decadency. They use slaves out of pragmatism. The Empire, in my eyes, is a very, very, very practical and success-oriented empire or construct. That's the reason I love the Empire. They're not into religious business, who has the greater god or the Force or all that nonsense. They do not believe in some sacred missions. Maybe the Emperor does, but the main core of the empires, their soldiers and their citizens, simply believe in one thing and one thing only, and that is the empire itself. The strength, the durability, the resilience, and the force of the might of their fleet and soldiers. So are they decadent? No. Are they resilient? Well, Han Solo killed how many of them? No, they're not. Are they force attuned? Hell no! The Sith Empire is. The normal Empire, the Empire, is not force attuned. No way in hell. They're just mortals. Now, why did I take this one here? Because the Empire is come to stay. They're not moving around. They go somewhere and then they stay there. And then they build and they go bigger and that's it. Now, why did I take this as a negative? The physical appearance and custom of this species are considered offensive to most others. Well, when you think of stormtroopers, either you like them or you hate them. If you are an anarchist punk, you hate them. If you are a law-loving citizen, you love them. Because actually, all the rebellion is a bunch of criminals. Smugglers, thieves, lawbreakers, and people who does not accept that sometimes or all of the time there has to be a force that keep everything together. And, well, have you seen Rogue One? Yeah. I mean, honestly, Republic. I mean, those who live in a democratic republic always say, man, if we have a strong man, things would go better. Unless you have Merkel. Then you have someone who is on the top and he still tries to save his soul by offering his country to the... I don't say it. So, and those who live in a dictatorship say, oh, we want to have free will until they've got it, and then they have no idea what to do with it, and all goes down the drain. Just look at the Arabic states. Libya and Syria and all that crap. So, the Empire, as I view it, they are not loved by the others, so I took that feed, or that trade, but they're not offensive. So I think -1 is more than okay. Ruler! Well, of course, we're Emperor. What else should we be? Name and class. Well, the word is Keldar, and Keldaris. Not very intuitive, but, well, that's how I name myself. Of course, we go for Sith City. Although we're not Sith. Again, we're Imperium. That's a big difference. Now, the other thing is the government and ethics. Now, that was a hard one, actually. We're militaristic, sure. Well, of course we are. Are we fanatic militarists? No, we're not fanatic about anything. The Mandalorians might be fanatic militarists. The Empire is not. The Empire is militaristic, yes, but they're not fanatic about it. They can move through diplomacy, they can move through sheer commerce. They're not living to fight, they're fighting to live. Maybe sometimes they overdo it, but they're not fanatic about it. They're a little bit xenophobe, yes. Well, you cannot put most races into a stormtrooper armor besides humans, can you? I mean, a Wookiee does not fit into a stormtrooper armor. So, well, the Empire is mainly consisted, or the leading of the Empire is mainly consisted of humans. And, well, you can say that Admiral Thrawn is not a human, but he's humanoid, so yeah, I think a little bit xenophobe is okay. And they're materialistic, of course they are. Don't tell me otherwise. Look at the ships, look at this the stuff they build and how they build it. Oh boy, they believe in materials, in stuff. Actually, you could take back xenophobe and go for fanatic materials, because that's what they are. Now you can say the Emperor believes in the Force. The Emperor believes only in the Force, or uses the Force as a means of power, which makes him a materialist at all, because he's seeing that as a resource, not as a purpose. I mean, you know the Sith, yeah? The power, the Sith, the Force gives me the power to break the chains. And so set me free. So actually, they're materialists all the way, because they're not doing it for any greater spirit or enlightenment or all of that. They're just doing it for the raw power. So actually they should be fanatic materialists. And the Empire itself does not believe in the Sith. I mean, most people I think don't know that the Emperor himself is a Force user. They know it about Darth Vader, but he's more like a pet. So no, they're not spiritualists or pacifists or Force dark side servants or light side servants. The Empire itself is no one's servant, except maybe for the Emperor. Now, that was the question. Are they a plutonic autocracy? Are they a despotic empire? Which they are, sure as hell. But actually, well, ruler can build an oversized spaceship. Of course! Now you say, Boris, the Death Star is a space station. What did Obi-Wan Kenobi say? It's not a moon, it's a space station. Well, I do not know. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a general in the Clone Wars, so I think he knows something about space combat or space itself. A thing that can move by himself and that has, for example, a hyperdrive is not a space station because it's not stationary. It's a goddamn ship because it can move. So we're not building an oversized space station, of course. Because, where is it? There is one thing that allows you to build a gigantic space station. Not sure where it is. Didn't find it at the moment. But the point simply is, the Death Star, and that's the symbol of the Empire, is an oversized ship and not a space station. Naval capacities fits, ship costs fits, influence gain fits. In terms of efficiency, building an efficient empire, that's a totally different story, because you don't, this rivalry thing you can go for, oh boy, I take all militaristic and take xenophobe, and then I get rivalries with everyone and +3 rivalries, and that combined with rivalry influence gain, oh, I will gain so much. No, you will not, because everyone will be after your ass, actually. So, no, we're not doing this. We're doing this out of style, not out of efficiency. If we would go for efficiency, hell, we would go for this one here. Plutocentric oligarchy, because that is really an effect that you can use. And if you grade that up, you will get 10% more energy credits, 10% more minerals, and then you go for fanatic materialist, and boy, you will go through the roof, I guarantee you that. Or, well, it's very likely. So, actually, if you want to go for an effective empire, will take this one here, and maybe that one here. But that's about it. But we're the Empire. We're going for military dictatorship because we want our Death Star, and we go for militaristic, xenophobe, and materialist because that is what defines the Empire. Empire name, of course, the Empire. The flag is quite obvious. I could take it in silver, though. Starting weapons, of course, were energy weapon based because lasers, turbo lasers. Yes, I've played TIE Fighter, and yes, I am that old. I know, it's over 25 years, I guess. But still, I play TIE Fighter, and yes, I flew an assault gunboat, and yes, I've loaded a ton of missiles into rebel ships. But the point is, the main weapon of the Empire is the turbo laser. The ion cannon, no, the turbo laser. So we are into energy weapons. That has nothing to do with game efficiency. That is just the style. And we'll go for green ones if I can make that happen somehow. Now, the question is warp travel, hyperspace travel, and wormhole travel. Of course, hyperspace travel might not be the most useful, although I personally think it's quite good, if you ask me. It's the style. I mean, it's hyperspace. Of course, we take hyperspace travel. Star Wars is not warp traveling. They're not wormhole traveling. We're not in what's the name with the Leviathan? I don't get the name at the moment. We're not doing warp travel. We're not Star Trek. We're not doing wormhole travel. We're doing hyperspace travel. That's it. Ship appearance, of course, is Sith. Well, we don't want a Sith trip because this ship actually looks more like a pleasure liner. We want the Star Destroyers, the TIE Fighters, the TIE Bombers, all that wonderful stuff. And they'll say, Rebel ships, most of Rebel ships have been Empire ships before. So, about the Rebel ships, well, it's Republican ships. But Republican ships, some of the Republican ships actually look like Empire ships because the Empire is a descendant of the Republic, but that's another story entirely. I hope you like this setup. And, If you don't like it, if you think I'm wrong, if you think I should do it differently, just tell me. Debate about it. This is my empire for the playthrough. If you want to have any changes, absolutely desperately, if you say, Boris, you're wasting picks here, for the God's sake, use the pick, then we'll talk about it. You write, I read, you write, and we'll find something about it. But at the moment, I just want to ask you, is that okay for you? Do you like it the way I put this empire? Is this the empire you're feeling comfortable with that you would watch? Or if you say, Boris, I see this, my skin begins to crawl, that is not the empire. No way in hell I can make this silver, I guess. It'll look a little bit better, I guess. Besides that, tell me about the difficulty you want me to play in it. And it's like voting. Yeah, we're the empire, but this time we vote. If none says anything, I select it. If one says something, I will select that. And if more than one person says something about the difficulty level, then, well, the higher vote wins. Or the better argument, by that matter. Because democracy does not mean you have to be stupid. It mostly means it, but not all the time. So, I hope you like the Empire, and I'm really, really excited about your comments, and then we'll start right in as soon as that is done. See you. Bye.